While campaigning in Lango sub-region in 2015, President Museveni pledged that if re-elected, his government would provide school-going girls with free sanitary pads. This was to be effected in the 2017-2018 financial year.
So that the girls don't run out of school because they are embarrassed by that.
Today, however, the Minister for Education, Janet Museveni, revealed that this is not possible because the ministry has no funds to cater for the pledge. She spoke to members of Parliament's Education Committee.
And I want you also to know that we haven't got the funding for this in our budget yet, but we were hoping that if we can get that funding, we could do part of it.
During the 4-hour meeting, MPs expressed displeasure over the government's tendency to underfund the education sector. They argued that if government could show seriousness with the sports sector, the problem of unemployment among Uganda's youth could be solved.
Yet, this is one known noble source of employment, and we are crying for employment for our youth. It is a uniting factor, as you saw in the recent games where people did not know where they belong or what they support. Everybody was Ugandan.
Sportsmen and women, we are being taken away in the United States on athletics or any sports scholarship.
But you find schools are being licensed behind shops in a quarter of an acre. When do this and where do these kids go and do physical education?
If we are to move sports forward, we need loans to construct big infrastructure projects like stadia across this country.
The MPs also raised concern about the hiking of school fees and school dues this term.
There is going to develop social classes here in Uganda, in that we have a class that passes through the best schools where they pay a lot of money, and those that pass through these are schools.
We do not encourage increment of fees, and I think through our inspectorate we are going, first of all, to issue these guidelines again, and also to ensure that we monitor the fees which are charged.
Some MPs spoke about unequal distribution of schools, especially in hard-to-reach areas like islands, and the slow response to special education programs for handicapped learners.
Can the ministry think about the sub-counties, more so in the islands, because the students in the islands cannot swim? At least on the mainland, the students can walk for longer distances to school.
Quite often the children are there, but the teachers are not there. There are very few schools with the teachers and with all the equipment.
We have that concern, Honorable Babadiri. I want you to know that. But we also want to promote as much as possible the mixture of children with special needs with other children, so that they are educated together, so that they learn to address the challenges they find in the world, because they can't always be isolated.
The ministry has been tasked to focus on early childhood education and come up with regulations on how it can be developed across the country.
In Uganda, we believe early childhood development, it is a private sector business. Moreover, we have early childhood development policy. That's why, even as I talk now, I have a witness, the Permanent Secretary of Education. The early childhood has no department, it's just a very small unit in the ministry.
We want you to know that government is concerned about early childhood education, so are you, but you also know that on both UPE and USE, we have not really consolidated those two for us to feel free to start on another part of our education.
In the 2017-2018 budget, the ministry has been allocated 2.6 trillion shillings, with a huge chunk going towards catering for wages of teachers and school staff across the country.